I remember when my mother used to tell me the story of when she and my grandparents moved from Croatia to Australia in 1967. She talked about how difficult it was to communicate in a new language and start at school 5 days after arriving. My mother was 5 when she moved to Australia. Coming from a place with a lesser standard of education, my grandparents made a decision that was best for their family. Because of my grandparents' sacrifice, my mother, aunties, and uncle all had a better life and a full education, something that wouldn't have been possible back in Croatia at those times. So how does language and the complexities of immigration affect and reflect cultural identity? Within the poem Home, Miriam Weiwei Low explores the complexities of finding an identity. In section 1, Lois aspires for a home with safety and loved ones. Her mind reveals what she desires in a home. She wants this concept of utopia. It will be a skyscraper. It will be the most picturesque cottage. I will live there alone and with everyone I love. The repetition of will holds high modality, but as a whole the quote is a paradox. Skyscrapers and cottages are two ends of the spectrum, meaning she doesn't mind the materialistic part of what her home is. It just needs to feel like home. I will live there alone and with everyone I love is another part of this paradox. This incorporates the part of her desire to just be in a safe place. Again, not really focusing on the materialistic aspect. Passionate, poetic language also reveals significant aspects of human identity by exploring the complexities of Asian and multicultural culture. The poet uses sensory factors to bring a multicultural and almost visual aspect to her writing. The smell of food, fried ikan bilis, roast lamb and mangoes, a mixture of Asian and Western foods brought together. The sound of water touching down on the sand, stones and mud. This could represent how water can move from place to place but always have a means to belonging. The code of entry will be in Braille. This unknown imagery leads to Lo's thoughts of home and how her mind pictures all these different perceptions of home. These sensory factors are so close that she can almost feel them, what life will be like when she finds home. In section 2, the poet alludes to religious and cultural imagery, an explosion of light, a word to possess me, as in prayer, a dream that outlives reality, like a nail hammering, taking my body. Someone is at work in me, corrupt, pure, other place. The poet has revelation about what her meaning of home is. Is it something more than just the roof over someone's head? Is it more than the materialism of the contemporary society? The poet challenges social assumptions and focuses on cultural, religious, and spiritual security that comes with finding a true home, finding a place to truly belong. Section 3. Bed, toilet, kitchen. I have left the life of the mind for this. Lo finally understands that home may not be the utopia she expected. If there must be a place, a tent for the body, I'll take this one. But this home is good enough to flourish. The symbol of home is complete because she has love within the four walls of materialism. Lo finally understands that this home challenges assumptions that home is your native country instead of where you are safe and loved. The blue plumbago waving defiantly through the natives, that foreigner so completely at home. The plumbago thriving with the natives is a metaphor for foreigners such as Lo, thriving in their new home. Wherever she is, she'll flourish and grow each year. Lo has found peace within her. Parents relate to Lo's hardships in finding a home outside of the materialistic one. Leaving their family for a better opportunity at life in a new country was hard, but finding a place to belong in such a new environment can be scary and intimidating. They grew as people and offered their children all the opportunities they never had. Their home was with family. Their home was with unity. New Accent explores the story of Owen Yu and his experiences of coming to a Western-based country. Yu tries to find a sense of belonging within Australia, but is faced with the harsh reality of social judgment. The poet uses phonetics in his poem to affirm the social assumptions about culture. He says Nicholson Street as Nichoson Street, and criminal as criminal. He pronounces English as anguish. He also uses enjambment. The running of the lines creates a disconnected feeling to the poem, resulting in the layers of social judgment. Language use conveys his pain and frustration in the irony that he has spent years in anguish because of Western culture. As English is widely taught and spoken in many countries, Westerners reveal and affirm the negative cultural stereotypes on foreigners. They expect for immigrants to be able to speak perfect English. If they can't, they are perceived as not smart enough, not a good fit for this job, not qualified. MA candidacy in Canton, the professors rightly lost a genius in me. You not being able to speak proper English does not equate to his intelligence. So why was that a stereotype? Why was he judged based on such a naive perspective? My mother, as an immigrant to Australia, was put straight into primary school. She tried her best to learn the language and make friends. Even at a very young age, she was put under a lot of pressure.